The headlines screamed from screens across the globe. Tensions flare in the Luzon Strait. China warns Philippines over Batanes buildup. U.S. Marines land on remote Philippine island. Here in Basco, the capital of Batanes, the air itself feels charged. The usual tranquility of this northernmost Philippine province has been shattered. The low hum of fishing boats is now punctuated by the thrum of military helicopters. The once sleepy port now bustles with unfamiliar activity, as naval vessels, both Philippine and American, sit anchored in the bay. The world's eyes are suddenly fixed on this tiny archipelago, a place most had never heard of until now. This isn't just a local story anymore, it's a global flashpoint. International news crews have descended, interviewing locals, seeking to understand the shift. What was once a forgotten paradise is now the front line of a brewing confrontation between superpowers. For the people of Batanes, this is not an abstract geopolitical game. It is a reality unfolding on their doorstep. Manila, citing its enhanced defense cooperation agreement with the United States, declared the expansion of military facilities here. The stakes could not be mar, and the people of Batanes are caught directly in the middle. The storm gathering on the horizon is no longer just meteorological, it is geopolitical, and it threatens to make landfall right here. The arrival of the first U.S. Marine Corps transport planes was a spectacle unlike any Batanes had ever seen. The C-130 Hercules aircraft roared over the rolling hills, landing at the small Basco airport, outpoured hundreds of American troops, their gear a stark contrast to the pastoral landscape. For generations, the only invaders here were typhoons. Now, the human element of global conflict has arrived. Daily life has been irrevocably altered. U.S. soldiers jogging along coastal roads at dawn is now common. They patronize local shops, bringing a sudden, if uneven, economic boom. The local dialect is now peppered with English phrases as children interact with the soldiers. Yet, beneath this surface-level harmony, there is a current of unease. Convoys of military trucks now rumble along narrow roads, sometimes causing traffic jams where none existed before. Fences have gone up around designated areas, marked with signs that read, "Restricted Military Zone." An Ivatan fisherman gestured towards a newly constructed radar installation. They say it is to protect us, but it also makes us a target. Some see the soldiers as protectors, a welcome deterrent against foreign aggression. Others view them with suspicion, as harbingers of a conflict they want no part of. The innocence of the island has been punctured. Every shared meal, every military drill is layered with the heavy knowledge of why these soldiers are here and what their presence might ultimately mean for Batanes. Batanes has always been a land apart. For centuries, the Ivatan people have lived in harmony with their environment, building stone houses to withstand typhoons. Life here has been dictated by the seasons, the tides, and the rhythms of farming and fishing. Peace was not an aspiration, it was the fundamental state of being. This tranquility now stands in stark contrast to the emerging military reality. The roar of fighter jets overhead is an alien intrusion. Old-timers look on with confusion and sorrow, remembering when the biggest worry was a delayed supply ship. Hills once grazed by cattle are now home to communications arrays and missile defense systems. The military buildup is a physical scar on the land, a constant reminder of the island's new strategic role. The younger generation may see opportunity, but for the elders, it feels like an erosion of their identity. We built our houses of stone to be strong, but I do not know if our soul is strong enough for this kind of storm. To understand why Batanes has suddenly become so important, you only need to look at a map. The islands sit in the middle of the Bashi Channel, a critical maritime choke point between the Pacific Ocean and the South China Sea. For China, the Bashi Channel is the primary route for its submarines and warships to access the wider Pacific. A military presence here, equipped with advanced surveillance and anti-ship capabilities, acts as a cork in the bottle for the Chinese Navy. In the event of a conflict over Taiwan, control of the Bashi Channel would be paramount. The channel is also a hub for undersea data cables that connect much of Asia to the rest of the world. Any disruption would have catastrophic economic consequences. For Beijing, the growing military footprint in Batanes is an unacceptable threat. The strategic geography that makes Batanes so valuable to the US also makes it a primary target for China. This small, windswept group of islands has become the focal point of a superpower rivalry. The military buildup has brought an undeniable economic injection into Batanes. The construction of new port facilities, barracks, and surveillance outposts has created jobs for local laborers. The demand for housing has skyrocketed, with residents renting out rooms to soldiers and contractors. Local restaurants and shops are seeing unprecedented business. Infrastructure is being upgraded at an accelerated pace: roads, power, communications, even a new hospital wing. However, this progress comes with a heavy price: the threat of conflict. Every new radar dome and missile battery increases Batanes' strategic importance, making it a priority target. Fishermen worry about their safety at sea, concerned about miscalculations or escalations with Chinese vessels. The dollars flowing into the community are welcome, but they are intertwined with the drones and the weapon systems. The price of progress, they are discovering, is a constant low-grade anxiety about a future they cannot control. The renewed vigor of the US-Philippines alliance is on full display here in Batanes. The sight of American and Filipino soldiers working side by side has become a powerful symbol of partnership. The joint drills, known as Balikatan, are more than just exercises. They're a political statement. For many Filipinos, this provides a crucial sense of security. The presence of their powerful American ally offers a comforting buffer. We are a small country. We cannot stand up to a giant alone, a local official explained. However, this alliance also brings a deep-seated anxiety. Some Ivatans worry that their country is once again becoming a pawn in a great power competition. The alliance feels both like a shield and a magnet for trouble. The people of Batanes hope the partnership will bring peace, but fear it could drag their home into war. It is a heavy burden for the oldest alliance in the Indo-Pacific to bear. Beijing's response to the military buildup in Batanes has been swift and unambiguous. China accuses the Philippines of turning itself into a forward outpost for American interference. These messages, broadcast daily, are designed to intimidate and sow division. Fishermen are now more hesitant to venture into their traditional fishing grounds, citing aggressive encounters with Chinese vessels. The warnings from Beijing fuel a sense of vulnerability. The Ivatans are acutely aware of their proximity to both China and Taiwan. Beijing's messaging forces the Ivatans to confront a difficult choice: align with a distant ally, or seek accommodation with a neighboring giant. The dragon's roar is a constant reminder of the perilous path they now tread. The unprecedented changes sweeping through Batanes have created a deep division within the Ivatan community. The debate is not loud or confrontational. That is not the Ivatan way. On one side are those who welcome the new reality: business owners, young people, and those who feel a sense of nationalistic pride. They see the American presence and the military buildup as a necessary evil in a dangerous world. On the other side are the traditionalists, led by elders who fear the loss of their unique cultural heritage. They see the military bases not as shields, but as magnets for conflict. Caught in the middle are the vast majority of Ivatans, who are torn between these two poles. I want a better future for my children. But what is the use of a good job if we are not safe? A mother of three asks. It's a struggle between the practical needs of the present and the cherished values of the past. There are no easy answers, and the debate continues to simmer beneath the surface of daily life. Despite the tensions and the ever-present shadow of conflict, the spirit of the Ivatan people remains unbroken. This is a community forged in adversity, a people who have learned to thrive in one of the most challenging environments in the Philippines. They are facing a geopolitical storm, but they're meeting it with the same fortitude they have always shown. It's in the fishermen who continue to set out to sea each morning. It's in the farmers who still tend to their fields, and the women who continue to weave traditional garments. The Ivatans are not passive victims, they are active participants, adapting to new realities. Community remains the bedrock of their strength, with neighbors coming together in times of need. While divided on politics, they remain united as a people. The rolling green hills and stone houses have withstood countless storms. The question now is whether the Ivatan spirit can withstand the gathering storm of the 21st century.